Hello, welcome to Newborn Nurture. My name is Becky and I run Bambinos and Me. So my most important job is I'm a mummy to two girls who are nearly 7 and 11. And I'm also a mum and baby yoga teacher, a baby massage instructor and a children's yoga teacher. So I teach up to ages of 11 in schools and holiday clubs and sometimes after school. I'm also a childminder as well. All my experience has been in the early years field. So I'm a trained Montessori teacher and a hospital play specialist, and I've got a degree in early years. So I like to bring a lot of those aspects to my classes. So I introduce a lot of sensory play, developmental play as well. So mummies and daddies learn about the importance of those concepts as well. Now, as part of my training, I've done a variety of other courses, such as Newborn Nurture and colic consultant, tummy time practitioner, and soothe, settle and sleep. So there's lots of different aspects that I can support parents with the newborns right up to the age of 11. Okay, so what we're going to talk about today is showing you lots of different techniques and tips on how to support you with bonding with your baby, soothing your baby, and generally easing babies into the transition from womb into the world. And for newborns, we class as under 8 weeks. So my normal classes are from 8 weeks, although some prefer to come when they're 3 months. So it's slightly different. It's really looking at supporting babies in the 4th trimester and looking at natural ways that we can support babies. But it's also to show you or tell you the importance of why we're going to be doing all of these things as well. And that way you can then see the great value in what you will be doing. Now, a lot of these things that we'll be doing aren't just for newborns. So once you've learnt them, you can then carry it on throughout your child's life. Even my eldest daughter still likes a massage, as I'm sure a lot of people do. And there's so many benefits that we really want babies to start benefiting it from as young as possible. Okay, so when we're learning these techniques, it's also about building your confidence as a parent. So you're getting to know your baby, you're getting to know what they like, what they don't like, and it just gives you that little bit of extra confidence in your abilities. And it's very much about listening to your instincts. You know your baby better than anybody. And it's really just reminding ourselves that you are the most important person in your baby's world. Okay, so let me just move that around. So what are we going to look at? We are going to look at different rocking and holding techniques. We're going to look at swaddling and kangaroo care. We're going to look at containment holds, still touch, early massage, baby reflexology, and gentle movements. So you may be aware, you may have heard of this already, but there's a manifesto called 1001 Critical Days. And that goes from the time of conception right up until a child is 2. So what we mean by that is that the earliest experiences are shaping your baby's brain, particularly the mental and the emotional side of baby's brain development. It's calculated that connections in the brain are created at a rate of 1 million per second in this critical period. So you can see how what you're doing really does affect your baby's future development, and that's meant in a positive way through touch and building those connections with baby. Okay, so, oops, sorry, wrong bit. So we introduce massage and touch, which is putting love into action. And we introduce a little bit of baby yoga, and that's putting developmental play into action. So it's helping when babies are born, the brains aren't fully wired and connected. And when we're doing early touch and bonding with our babies, then we're supporting babies with that. And we're generally looking at baby's whole development when we're looking at baby massage, because we're looking at stimulating baby, we're supporting them when they're growing, we're supporting them with any pain, so looking at things like wind, colic, reflux, colds, teething, but one of the most important things is that we're actually teaching babies how to relax. So if you look at mental health in this country, that it's quite poor, particularly at the moment. It's very much starting as soon as we can do to supporting babies with learning how to relax and calm, and just generally supporting their well-being. Okay, so when we're looking at supporting our young babies, we really want to be thinking about the environment that babies are used to. So babies are used to warmth in the womb, they're used to rhythm, they're used to listening to a heartbeat all of the time, they're used to constant movement. So sometimes when babies are put down to sleep, they're not used to being still because they're constantly moving about with the mummy when they're in utero. So it's looking at things like that as to how we can actually comfort and soothe our babies. So babies get comforted with your smell and that constant touch, because they're used to that constant touch when they're inside you. And also it's very much about when they come out, they're used to having food on tap. So that can be a shock in itself for babies. So we're going to look at some rocking and holding techniques. So when we're holding babies close to us, we're supporting their regulating of their body temperature, their heartbeat, and we instinctively rock a baby, and that's quite often because it's just a natural instinct nature of the womb. When babies were in the womb, they're used to that gentle stimulation, swaying, rocking, and it's recreating that first relaxing environment of the womb. So carrying babies reduces crying and fussiness by up to 51% at night. So if we're carrying our babies a lot, whether that's just holding or in baby carriers, baby slings, and it can reduce it by 43% during the day. So you can see how important just holding and keeping our babies close to us can really support babies, and just that calming and just soothing them. So usually this is my baby massage baby. This is Hope. But for newborn nurture, we're just going to use my little weenie baby, just to show you a few little techniques. So one of the nicest ones that we like to use is just a cradle hold. Now, quite often when you just hold your baby, you'll automatically put the baby's head to your left side, and that's actually where the heartbeat can be heard. So just generally holding baby, making sure the arms are supported and the head is supported, and it's just a perfect way to just look at your baby. So we're making lots of eye contact. Baby can smell you, see you, hear you, and all those are vital for bonding with baby. So this is just called a cradle hold. So they can also just feel and hear your heartbeat. And then a nice one is called Tiger in the Tree. And this is a really good one for just generally calming and soothing our babies, but also it helps babies who might be suffering from a little bit of wind, a little bit of colic. So the way we do this is that we make sure baby's head is supported on our arm. It's a bit trickier to show you with teeny weeny baby. This arm, actually I am going to show you on my bigger baby. It's much easier to show you. Okay, so we have the head supported by the arm, and we make sure that the head is just generally just looking down a little bit, so it's not looking up at lights, because sometimes the lights can offer a lot of stimulation, but it can also unsettle babies a bit, so it's not going to support them with calming. If you imagine how you would feel if you had a bright light looking at you. So I'm just going to stand up a little bit. So we make sure that our hand is on baby's tummy. The arm is hanging loose, so it's not stuck in at all. And then we put our other hand over baby's tummy. So we're giving baby a little bit of pressure, but gentle pressure. And then we can just gently rock baby. So baby has a straight spine, supported the head and the neck. But it just means that we're offering a little bit of comfort for the tummy. So babies might like to be rocked, they might like to be just gently rocked like this. And this is called Tiger in the Tree. And you'll find that as babies get older, we often do more swings and dips with baby. So that's a really nice one. And also that one is very important because it's supporting the vagus nerve, which is very important for relaxation as well. So another one is baby gazing. So you might want to do it sitting on the floor with your legs up, so baby is supported, and it's just making sure that baby is comfortable, baby's stretched out, and we can just do some lovely little talking, have a lovely chat. We can sing some songs to baby. So it's just a nice little baby gazing, just looking into each other's eyes. Because like we said, eye contact is very important for young babies as part of the bonding process. Okay, so another one I'm going to show you is called a containment hold. Now, sometimes when babies are in the cot, you'll find that they might often snuggle up to one corner and the head is touching against the side of the cot. And that's because they're used to that, that support, that comfort from the womb. So it's introducing touch to young babies, and touch can help young babies understand their world a little bit more, and it makes them to feel comfortable and safe. So a containment hold is literally just putting your hand over baby's head, just very gently, because obviously the fontanelle is still developing here. So it's just literally not putting any pressure, but literally just putting your hand on so they can feel you, and then just putting your hands on their feet at the same time as well. So this is called a containment hold. So this could be useful if babies are needing settling to get to sleep, or they're just a little bit overworked, a little bit frazzled, and they just need a little bit of comfort. And it's just mimicking the pressures of the womb that they would have been feeling, because they're not used to having a lot of space around them. They're always, when they're in the womb, they can always feel you and have that constant touch all of the time. Okay, so let me find what else is on my list. Okay, so when we're looking at massage for babies, it's very different from coming to a baby massage class, because in my classes each week we will do a different routine, a different part of the body. So we'll start with the legs, and then we work onto the tummy, and it's a very slow process, because touch can be relaxing, but for some babies it can be quite stimulating as well. And it's something that we sometimes think that everybody's going to love, and sometimes babies need that little bit of a slow build up for touch. So we want them to enjoy it. So we don't want to just go in and start massaging the whole body. We just want to do little bits at a time, and we gradually build it up. So on the 5th week, we will aim to do a full body massage. I say aim because it doesn't always go that way. But generally, because we've done a slow build up, all the babies are quite happy to have a full body massage. And the way when we do it that way is because it also helps you to remember the different techniques as well. And it's just a way that we're not then rushing through everything, and we're learning about why all the techniques are important. So with a baby under 8 weeks, it's a very different massage because they're so tiny. We're still developing all those nerve endings and the brain connections. So we just want to make it a very slow and relaxed massage. So one of the most important things is that you're feeling relaxed. So if you're feeling a bit stressed or you're really tired, it's best to just leave it, because we're then passing on those feelings to our baby. And there are a few things to go through before we do any massage on a baby. So we want to make sure that baby is well. We never massage a baby who is unwell. The only time we might do that is if they have congestion on the chest. So we will be massaging them to soothe any colds and blockages. So the rest of the time we want babies to be healthy, we want them to be happy and awake. So if babies start to cry, which obviously babies do because that's how they communicate with us, we just stop and we just give them a little bit of a cuddle, and then we start again if we feel that baby's able to do so. The only time I say that it would be okay to carry on massaging if your baby is upset is if you're giving your baby a massage to relieve a particular pain. So if you know that baby is suffering from some pain in the tummy, it will be up to you as to whether you carried on if baby started to get upset. But hopefully by offering the massage, you're going to be relieving any discomfort. And the same with when we massage the gums as well. Babies may get a little bit upset. But as we're relieving pain, we then say it's totally up to you as to whether you would carry on with that massage or not. So what we're going to do is we're just going to do a little tummy massage. But we're just wanting to, I'm going to undress my baby so you can see what I'm doing. With a very young baby, we don't undress them because we want them to be relaxed, we want them to be warm. And if we suddenly start undressing babies, they can really tense up and it begins to be uncomfortable and a little bit can be painful for them. So feel free to get a blanket and make sure that baby is covered up. You might also like to have another little towel, I'll show you, just around the head. So just give them again a little bit of containment, a little bit of support, just makes them feel a little bit more safer. So you'll have another little blanket here. So first of all, we're just going to hold the head and the bottom, sorry, not the bottom, the head and the feet, maybe like this, and we're just going to take 5 deep breaths. I do apologise, my phone is now ringing. So when we take a big breath in, what we're wanting to do is we're wanting to expand our tummy. So we take a big breath in and our tummy gets bigger. And then when we breathe out, our tummy contracts in. And that's called belly breathing. And belly breathing is really good for making sure that all that fresh oxygen is getting inside into your body and the stale air is coming out. So quite often we think that we do all our breathing from our upper body, but actually it's really important to learn how to belly breathe. And with children, we often do little belly breathing by putting a little cuddly toy on their tummy and they can see it going up and down. So we're just going to take 5 deep breaths. And while we're doing that, we're just going to make sure that we're just making sure that baby can see us. And baby's feeling nice and relaxed. Maybe give baby a little bit of a stroke. And we're just passing on all our love to our little precious one. Okay. So we're just gonna, before we do our little tummy massage, we're just going to start by just gently cupping our hands over baby's tummy. So it's just getting them used to that touch before we start offering a little massage. And then we just go down to the lower tummy. And then we're just going to cup the legs, just gently moving down the legs, further down the legs, and then to the feet. Just so they're getting used to that, that touch. Now we don't use oils with babies. The guidelines are quite tricky. They kind of say between 6 to 8 weeks. So I don't recommend using oil until you come to a normal baby massage class. And the reasons for that is because baby's skin is still very delicate and still maturing, that we just want to leave it as natural as possible. And then when we come to a baby massage, we use organic sunflower oil, as that's one of the most naturalist and it's the safest. So if babies do get some on their hands, put it in their mouth, it's not going to cause any harm. Another nice one is coconut oil, but that's not to everyone's taste. And also with particular younger babies, we don't want any strong scents. So that's why we say from 8 weeks upwards, because we want the scent of the mum and the dad and other carers, the primary carers. The scent is very important part of bonding. Okay, so when we are massaging our baby, we are aiming to relax baby. But we're using a lot of different techniques, so we're offering stimulation as well. So we're getting all of those, the blood flowing around the body. We can support babies with moving food about the body when they get a little bit older, so it can aid them with constipation, and we can get those air bubbles moving. So there's lots of different things that we can support babies with, and you don't have to do the full body routine, even when you learn a full technique when you come to a normal baby massage class, because you can just pick and choose what suits you and your baby. Okay, so we're gonna just do a little gentle tummy massage. So this can be particularly helpful if babies have any wind, or they're starting to have problems with colic. So you would learn a full tummy massage when you come to classes, but this is just to support younger babies with passing any wind or trapped air bubbles. So we need to make sure that we're not working on any part of the top part of the body. So we want to be working around the belly button, and we want to be working on the squishy part of baby's tummy. So we are just going to put our hands on baby's tummy, and again just offering lots of lots of reassurance to baby, making sure babies can always see you, making sure that they're warm. And then we're just going to do some 3 little techniques. to support baby. And what we always do with babies is that we always go clockwise around the belly button. And the reason for that is because this is the way that wind travels through the intestines and out through the bowel. So if you look at your baby and you imagine a clock, so you've got 12, 3, 6 and 9. If you imagine moving round to number 5, this is where food is excreted out of the bowel. So when you come to other techniques later on, you'll learn you'll learn different techniques for the tummy, but this is just 3 ones that we're going to do. So we're going to start at number 12. So if you can try and remember drawing a sunshine, so you're going clockwise around the belly button. And if babies are starting to have a little bit of a habit of getting wind at a certain time of day, so looking like the signs of colic, then you can try doing this about an hour before. But obviously it depends if baby has eaten. So we don't want to be massage baby tummy if we've just eaten. Or you can offer it when they start to get a little bit upset. But making sure that they've got no bright lights over their head. There isn't a lot of noise going on, and it's a nice calming and soothing time for them. So the next one is we're going to be looking at drawing a moon. So if you can imagine number 9, and we're going to go, so we're drawing a crescent. So we're going to go number 9, and we're going to go all the way down to number 5. So if babies have got any trapped wind, then we're moving it down, getting it going, getting it out. And we can do this up to about 6 times. And again, just checking in with baby, making sure that baby's happy and warm. And I've done more than 6 times, but I can't do 2 things at once quite clearly. And then the other one we do is just drawing a nice big rainbow going from 9 to 3. So sometimes babies, because the intestines are still developing, there isn't a lot of room for air bubbles to get out, so that's quite often why they get trapped. So just doing this can just ease a little bit of comfort. And also when we're looking at bonding with our baby, we need to get that hormone flowing called oxytocin, and that's also good for parents as well. So if you're suffering from a low mood, possibly postnatal depression, baby massage is great because it's passing on those feel-good hormones to you and to your baby. And even just 10 seconds of touch, we're starting to produce oxytocin for baby and for you as well. Okay, let me see what else I've got to do. Okay, so the benefits of massage is that skin is a vital sensory organ, and it's the first organ that babies that develop in the womb. And it's made of the same embryonic tissue as our brain. So it's quite an amazing thing. So massage can help to regulate sleep for babies. It can regulate the heartbeats and baby's temperature as well. It can reduce crying. It can offer pain relief because again, we're producing lots of different hormones as well. It can support babies with illness, with weight gain. It can support with breastfeeding. It can support with infant mental health and parent mental health. So you can see how very special and important baby massage is. So I just showed you a little massage technique. Now you might want to try doing that technique, first of all, with babies lying on their side. So sometimes when we put babies on their back, they feel very open, and they don't feel secure. So quite often babies will do this a lot, and that's just a natural way of them protecting themselves. So we would never pull the arms away. If babies were like that, we would just do a little massage underneath the arms. So it's just making sure that they feel secure and content at all times. So sometimes if babies are particularly like that, just turning baby onto their side. You might want to put a little blanket around baby, so just offering like a little nest to baby can just help the brain focus more on the relaxation part rather than feeling overwhelmed and not safe. And they can see you. You can just do the gentle cupping like we did on the front, and we just move our hands down before we do a little massage on the tummy. So it's all very much about listening to babies, making sure that babies feel safe and secure, and we're just generally passing on all that love to babies because it has a huge benefit on their brain development. So just by doing a few minutes a day can support babies, and you can just gradually build it up. So tummy massage is particularly great for just gentle soothing. It doesn't need to be done if there is pain. My 6-year-old still loves having a tummy massage, but it is a really good one for just breaking down those air bubbles and just get everything moving. So if you do find babies having a bit of an unsettled evening, it's a nice one to do, but without doing a full tummy massage, which is what you would learn at a normal baby class. Because like I said, we're wanting to not over-touch babies too much in the massaging stakes, and we're just wanting them to feel very comfortable, secure and loved at the end of the day. Okay, so when babies are, oh sorry, let me move that. You can tell I'm not so great at filming and talking, can't you? We can do slightly different massages for babies when they get a little bit older. So I'm talking kind of 4 to 8 weeks. So we can do something called Indian massage. And that is when we're taking the leg and we take a thigh and we're just stroking down the thigh. Sorry, let me move my baby. To the foot. So we're just, if you think you're just getting rid of any of those stresses, if baby's a bit tense, it's just a really nice one to just get rid of any of those little toxins as well. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of reflexology. So again, when you come to a normal class, we'd look at lots of different techniques, but we want it to be very slow for babies, particularly under 8 weeks. And particularly if babies have had treatment in hospitals, lots of heel pricks, this is an area that they may not like. So it's just to be a little bit aware of that, and just to be a little bit sensitive of that. So we're literally just going to do some stroking of baby's foot. So we just go from the heel to the toes and we just alternate our hands or our thumbs. And this is a really nice one to do with babies a little bit unsettled, if baby's in a car seat, if you're shopping and you can't really access baby's body, this is a really nice one to do. And we do the other foot as well. So we're just getting all that blood flowing, particularly when we do the legs and the feet. It's a really good one to just warm up those little feet, because sometimes babies do suffer from cold hands and cold feet. So they're really nice ones to do. And then we're just going to put our finger in the middle of baby's foot, so where it begins to arch a little bit. And we're just going to put a little bit of pressure on, and this is working the tummy area. So again, if you can't get to baby's tummy, you can just offer a little bit of relief like this, and then we do it on the other foot. Okay, just checking in with baby. And then the last thing I'm going to show you is something called Indian bouncing. So this is just another technique of supporting baby. So you could be sitting on the floor, you could have your legs out, and you literally are just bringing up your legs and just patting baby. Now this mimics being in the womb, it mimics the heartbeat. This isn't a new technique, and this has been used for an awful long time. But it just helps baby again with a little bit of wind if they have a little bit of discomfort, and it's just a gentle, soothing and settling technique. So it's just a nice little one for babies and for you, and it means that any of these techniques you can share with your partner, husband, or other caregiver, and that you can both do it as well. So that's the important thing, that you're both learning how to do these little techniques. So I'm going to stop there for now, and we will continue next time. I will see you very soon. Take care. Bye.